Hey everybody, welcome back. I've just finished the first week of my ultra learning project. As you guys know, I'm currently working through my own personal MBA. That's the focus of this project. So this week I started the first course of the project. It's focusing on business statistics and analysis and is offered by Rice University in the US. And so far so good. I've actually made a lot of progress, so I'm really content with that and excited to keep progressing through the curriculum. So in terms of what I've actually done, I've completed one course and I'm halfway through the other. I should be able to complete this tonight, which is also a good thing. So the first course was a very practical course. It taught me how to use Excel, basically, the basic functions, how to create the main chart types. So it was really useful, and I can see this being beneficial to me as I go through the course, because a lot of the later courses require the use of Excel and introduce more advanced concepts, so it's much more of a fundamentals course more than anything. So really enjoyed that course. Gained a lot of skills and gained a lot of knowledge, so all good there. The second course, the one that I'm halfway through, is a lot more theoretical, so it's actually focused on trying to teach the student the basic statistical terminology and the different statistical measures that are used in statistics. So it's a little different to the first course, but it's still enjoyable, just a little more theoretical. So overall, good first week, feeling good, don't feel too burned out, a little tired but rested a little bit today, and I still feel I've got a lot of energy to keep going and keep learning, so strong start. So in terms of my approach, as this is an ultra learning project, I naturally decided to implement some of the principles outlined in the book, and they were really effective. So in terms of specifics, what did I do? So the course is lecture based, so there's a lot of videos explaining the concepts, the important information that I need to learn. So I would first watch the videos, but I would watch them on 1.5x speed to shorten the amount of time I would need to invest in watching the video. And what I would do after, so the video is completed, I've finished the video, I would then pause, think a little minute and try and recall the important parts of the video. So for example, maybe there was something about measures of central tendency. I don't need to really go into what that means, but I would think, okay, yeah, the video was about the measures of central tendency. What are they? Why are they used? How do they apply to the context of business statistics? Kind of follow this line of reasoning, primarily just to recall the information. This is not a really good technique to memorize. It's just getting my brain thinking about the information and building some connections in my brain, so that later when I have to apply it in terms of a question or just to remember it, it's easier to do. So I would do that. Then after, what I would do in the video, if the video had some key points of information that I need to remember, I would pause the video and I would write a question basically on my notepad. I would write a question, like, for example, I was speaking about the measures of central tendency, so I'd write down during the video, I'd pause so it's fresh in my mind, and I'd write on my piece of paper, what are the main measures of central tendency? And I would leave it at that. I would repeat this process for each of the main points in the video, finish the video, and then I would use Anki to create a flashcard with the question that I wrote on my notepad, and then I would try and recall the right answer, and and then I would double check, of course, with the video to make sure I did remember it correctly. Again, just to get my brain making those connections, and then I would create the flashcard and then put it in my Anki deck to practice at a later date. As I was saying with the first course, So what I'm speaking about now is relevant to all the videos, but is definitely more advantageous for the more theoretical videos compared to the practical ones. So if I explain, what I mean by this is that I took a more procedural approach to the practical course. So when I was watching the videos were walkthroughs of how to do certain actions in Excel. So after the professor taught me that procedure, I would then go to Excel and repeat it myself with some data to become familiar. So my brain, my muscles are familiar with it basically. And I would do that for every one of the videos to become more familiar with Excel. And then last but not least, I would do all of the graded assignments. I would say that the graded assignments for this test were really good. I've taken quite a few Coursera courses in the past, and some of them are quite terrible in this regard. Part of learning is being able to apply your knowledge and recall it in relevant contexts. But in past courses that I've taken, they make the exams too easy, like so easy, so that you think that you know the content, but you're barely scratching the surface. And I really think this course, in both of the sub-courses so far, have done a really good job of actually challenging me. I don't think that the exams have been very easy, and I think that's a good thing. I think that that's what all of the courses should be like on Coursera. So that's something to look out for as well, guys, if you decide to study a course or whatnot. So I would do the graded assignments. I'm not going to lie, some of them, I didn't fail any of the assignments, but I didn't get like 100% on every exam. I would probably get like 80, 90, some of them 100. So I would always pass first time, but I would still then go back, look at the feedback and understand where I've gone wrong and work through the process to make sure that I can learn and not make the same mistake. Can't speak. and not make the same mistake again, basically. The final thing I want to speak about in this video is what I learned over the past week. I learned two things mainly. The first thing is that it is possible to learn something new quickly and deeply. That's the first point. The second point would be that Excel is actually a really useful and powerful tool, and a tool that is commonly used in businesses because of how good it is. I learned that in a business context, you can use Excel to analyze company data to make data-driven decisions. So if I give you a concrete example of that instead of just using these vague words, what I mean by this is that if you are able to use Excel to analyze data, you can analyze company data to find patterns in the data that, for example, you could isolate customer segments within sales data to figure out which customers we should be focusing on more to earn more sales. So as you can imagine, that's a very, very important piece of information that a CEO could use or a manager within a company could use to alter the company strategy and to earn more sales, which ultimately is a big, big focus for a company, right? They want to generate as much money as possible in the cheapest way and the most effective way. So Excel, in combination with the person's knowledge and skill set using Excel, can be used to interpret data in a meaningful way and lead to very valuable data-driven decisions. So I was really impressed by that, if I'm being honest. But anyway, that wraps up this week's video. There's going to be another one probably next Saturday or Sunday. As I said, I'm trying to do these every week, get a nice cadence going, share what I learn with you guys along the way. If you do like these videos, please leave a comment, like, subscribe. It'd be really good feedback for me, and I can give you more of what you guys want. So please go ahead and do that.